He called me ugly in front of everyone. He laughed with his friends while I sat there holding back tears. But 3 months later, when his company begged me to model for their campaign, he realized just how ugly success looks when it's standing above him. This is the story of how I turned heartbreak into the most satisfying revenge of my life. If you've ever been humiliated by someone you trusted, if you've ever wanted to prove to the world that you're more than what they think of you, then hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready for one of the most emotionally satisfying revenge stories you'll hear today. Because this isn't just about getting even. It's about rediscovering your worth when someone tries to destroy it. My name's Ava, and this story starts on what I thought would be a beautiful Friday night. It was my boyfriend Ryan's birthday dinner. We'd been dating for almost a year and a half. I had spent the entire afternoon getting ready, hair done, a soft champagne dress, and the exact perfume he said he loved. We were supposed to meet at this upscale restaurant downtown with his friends. I was excited, nervous, but excited. When I walked in, Ryan was already there, laughing loudly with his friends, a glass of whiskey in hand. He barely even stood up when he saw me. "Hey babe," he said casually, like I was an afterthought. I smiled, trying to shake off the weird vibe. The night started off fine. His friends, mostly guys from his new job, were joking, drinking, and trying to one-up each other with stories. Then came the moment I'll never forget. One of his friends, a cocky guy named Derek, leaned forward and said, "So Ryan, when are you finally going to propose to this one? She's pretty loyal for putting up with you." The table burst into laughter. And then Ryan, my boyfriend, smirked and said something that would cut me deeper than anything anyone had ever said to me before. "Propose? To her? Come on, man. You think I'd marry someone who looks like this?" He gestured toward me, chuckling. "She's fine, but she's not exactly Miss America material. I've seen better." Laughter. From everyone. The sound was deafening. My stomach twisted. My face burned. I couldn't breathe. I just stared at him, waiting for him to take it back, to say it was a joke. But he didn't. He just leaned back, proud of himself, and took another sip of his drink. I excused myself quietly, holding in tears as I walked out of the restaurant. The doorman gave me a sympathetic look as I stumbled to the street corner, trying to call a cab. And then my phone buzzed. A text. From him. "Don't be so dramatic. You embarrassed me walking out like that." That's when something inside me snapped. The girl who tolerated humiliation died that night. The following weeks were a blur. I cried for days, stopped eating, stopped sleeping. I kept replaying the moment over and over again. Every laugh, every look. I wanted to hate him, but mostly I hated myself for letting someone treat me that way. I deleted his number, blocked him everywhere, and threw everything he'd ever given me into a box. Then I looked in the mirror, and I didn't recognize the girl staring back. Messy hair, puffy eyes, a ghost. I realized something important. I didn't want to get revenge on Ryan. I wanted to never need him again. So I started rebuilding myself. I joined a local gym, signed up for a public speaking class. I even started freelancing as a photographer, something I'd always been passionate about but too afraid to pursue. Day by day, piece by piece, I started coming back. Until one day, I was hired for a corporate shoot by a big marketing agency. It was a dream job, my first big contract. They said it was for a luxury clothing line looking to rebrand. And guess who the client turned out to be? Ryan's company. At first, I thought about refusing the job. But then I realized, no, this was fate handing me the perfect opportunity. I wasn't going to humiliate him like he did me. I was going to outshine him. When I arrived on set, the company's marketing director greeted me warmly. "Are you Ava? We've heard great things. We might even want to feature you in a few shots. You've got the look we're going for." I laughed, thinking it was a joke, but they were serious. By the end of the day, I was both the photographer and the face of the campaign. 3 weeks later, I was all over their billboards, downtown, the airport, everywhere. And Ryan? He was still working there. The day the campaign went live, I got a flood of texts from mutual friends, from old classmates, even from Ryan himself. "You look amazing. I didn't know you were working with my company. Can we talk?" No, we couldn't talk. A week later, I got an email from his company asking me to attend a gala as one of the campaign faces. And guess who was assigned to escort the team on stage? Ryan. He froze when he saw me walk in wearing the designer gown they had chosen for me. Elegant, confident, radiant. The same woman he called ugly just months before. His boss introduced me to the audience as the creative visionary who brought the campaign to life. I smiled as Ryan's jaw tightened. After the event, his boss pulled me aside. Ryan told me you two knew each other. Small world, huh? You're a talent, Ava. I hope we can work together long term. Ryan looked like he wanted the floor to swallow him. I just smiled politely and said, "Oh yes, we go way back, don't we, Ryan?" 2 months later, the campaign went viral. The company made record sales. And Ryan, he was quietly let go. Word got around that he had clashed with upper management and missed deadlines. Apparently, he'd been spiraling since the campaign launched. And me? I was offered a permanent position as the company's creative consultant. When I signed the contract, I smiled to myself. Not because he got fired, but because I finally understood that success was the best revenge there is. He humiliated me in front of a few drunk friends. I stood tall in front of thousands. That's balance. Revenge isn't always about getting even. Sometimes it's about rebuilding yourself until they can't even reach your level to apologize. If you've ever been made to feel small, just remember your glow up will be their karma. If this story gave you chills or made you smile, hit that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? And of course, subscribe for more real-life revenge stories every week.